All right, guys, so specifically in silverware drawers, every once in a while, we need to wipe out the entirety of the inside of the drawer. This is the one that's going to have a lot of extra clutter be brought in, a little bit of food particles from, you know, not getting completely cleaned in the dishwasher, things like that. So every once in a while, eyeball this particular drawer with the silverware and see if you can get that kind of stuff. Even if you have to take something out to get to that clutter, not clutter, take the clutter out to get to the crumbs, I recommend you do that specifically in the silverware drawer. All right, so behind the sink, usually we have a window of some sort, and sometimes it also has blinds, as you can see. One of the things that you can do is hop up here again, or use the stool that we talked about. These can be managed as well as just wiping these down every session or maintaining them by doing a white glove test. Now, as you can see, I'm wiping down the fronts like this, and we talk about this later on, but in the kitchen you're going to have splatters and stuff. So you may actually have to go down each one of them, then you close it for the other side and do the other side of it. Now that doesn't always work in the kitchen, okay? Because you're going to have splatters and you're going to have to rub on it. You're also going to be checking for any fly spots, things like that, okay? So you're going to be eyeballing to see if there's anything where you can just rub on it, as far as just maintaining those fly spots, bug spots, stuff like that. This also includes the windowsill. And I know that you have been watching, so I did the lower cupboard face stuff. So the area that I'm actually on right now, I have my shoes on. That's something that once you step down, you're going to be cleaning. So when you do these window sill areas, please make sure that you're getting in those crevices as much as possible. If your finger can't get there, then use your toothbrush to get into the crevices next to the windows, okay? And that's what I'm really kind of referring to, is there will be, you know, little bits of dirt, stuff like that. It needs to be, you know, gotten into like there and then wiped out, okay? So shove, I will wrap that around my finger like that and use that to get in there. As you can see, it's not always possible without that toothbrush though, okay? So as you can see, I'm also moving these plants. These plants in most houses, I want you to check to see if they need watered. It's another one of those things that we go above and beyond with. If there is drinking water, that's the water you use on the plants. So stick your finger in it, see if it's dry. These are clearly dry, so what I'm going to do is quickly water them before I put them back. This is that going above and beyond. We don't really offer it to our clients, but it is something that we will help out in doing as well. Now, again, these things take less than, 2 minutes to do. So if it is something that takes very little time, you're going to have to move them out of the way to do your countertop work anyways. So you just as well be watering it while you're doing your job. Okay?
Sometimes the cats come to say hi.
Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty, kitty. Okay, now if you water one, water all. Guys, don't be dumb on that. I mean, if they're going to look and say, oh, look, they watered my flowers. That's all the amount of time they're probably going to end up you know, paying attention that you did the extra work. But what I don't want to see happen is where, oh, we just watered one and then the other plant isn't, you know, going to be taken care of, okay? I don't want you to overfill these. I don't want you to kill a plant because you overwatered it either. So just a little bit of water just as an extra touch is pretty amazing for you guys. So I appreciate that extra work. So, okay. And as you can tell, I'm going to just be, you don't belong in the kitchen countertop, girl. No, you don't. I'm just going to be doing the rest of the countertops and moving on. Okay, all right. Okay, so when you're dealing with coffee drip pans, I will literally just take them over to the sink, soak them during the period of time that you are cleaning up the coffee maker. What we're not going to do is we're not going to be cleaning the inside of this. We will move it up and down to be dealing with some of the outside stuff and the handle, but we're not going to be cleaning up a lot of this stuff unless it's super messy and that those crumbs and stuff get knocked down. So that's the only time you'd kind of be doing that, because otherwise you're just going to get it all over your rag and you're going to end up smearing it everywhere else. Okay? So as far as coffee makers go, we are going to be doing all of the coffee maker. That includes the vertical sides because you're going to end up with splatters everywhere. I usually start on one side and then go around it. That includes any splatters, dust, grime, that kind of stuff. This is a piece of equipment that gets used on a daily basis in everybody's house, and nobody has time to get it cleaned before they, you know, leave for work in the morning. So if there's any little, like right now I'm cleaning up the screen with my toothbrush because I can't quite get into those crevices with my fingers. Same with the button. Again, it's using that toothbrush in those crevices and then kind of just getting that crummy stuff out of there. And then we're also going to be cleaning up the sides and stuff like that. And I will tend to finish up by shutting the entire unit off, okay? That also goes with anything else that might be setting out, like this particular thing. Anything that is left out repeatedly is something that we tend to wipe off as far as appliances go. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed that. I brought this out. You're going to wipe off the countertop space where it is, and then you are going to keep going with all of the appliances. That includes like blenders. Getting in all these crevices is going to be really hard to do, but you're going to be walking around the particular unit and getting all of these crevices, okay? Now if you don't feel like you can get into it with your fingers, again, use this. Hey Devin.
Hey.
Hello Rochelle. How's it going, guys?
It's going amazing.
Awesome sauce. Okay, all right, now, this thing is a crumb maker. You know how bad it is. I'm sure you do. I will start with the handles, like where your fingers are, because that's going to be the least crummy spot, okay? And then you're going to be dealing with this. Please do not change where these settings are on people's toasters. You don't want to have them go, oh, they changed it. I wish they would not touch my stuff, and have a bunch of burnt toast, you know, kind of stuff like that. So what you can do is you can remove these right here, okay, and empty them into the trash can, okay. The other thing that you can do is remove this thing completely from the wall, tip it upside down, and shake it over the trash can, okay. That doesn't always need to be done, but if you can see actual chunks in there, things that are going to cause smoking hazards, that kind of stuff, that's what I'm going to recommend you do, is going above and beyond on that extra layer. Because as we come in through the house, one of the benefits of having a house cleaner is that you get to walk in and the house smells amazing. You stick a piece of toast in the toaster and it starts to smoke the entire thing. You are going to lose the excitement and love of having a house cleaner come and clean. So do your very best on that. All right, and that's the majority of the appliances that we usually clean.